What can we do if we have suicidal thoughts?
The most important thing is, from my understanding, if you're feeling that way, communicate. Sometimes the internal dialogue, the thing that is characterizing me and characterizing my life, it gets so intense, it gets so negative that it tells me, oh, you shouldn't really be here anymore, it's best to go. The situation is irretrievably lost. You'll never recover. Life is awful. You're better off going now. And this is a response of my internal dialogue to something that's happening, or to some previous thought that I've had. As long as I'm just thinking it in my own head, it has a lot of power, can have a lot of power. And we know that people do act out this and take their own lives. But if we communicate these feelings into another person's listening, we'll find that our perspective on the situation will subtly shift. It won't subtly shift because of what they're saying, because they don't really know what's going on for you, or what the story really is. But just their listening, which has in it their understanding of life, can be enough to gently shift and perhaps shed some new light on the situation. Suicide, it is an option. Yeah, you can end your life, but it won't necessarily end your suffering. That's the point. And, if you believe what Tibetan Buddhists would say, that the fact that you leave your body, the fact that your soul or spirit leaves your body, that you stop breathing, that isn't an end to the momentum that you've created in your life. So it appears to be an option, but it actually isn't. There's something that, if we understand it, is profoundly transforming. And it's this: have you noticed that your thoughts spontaneously arise of their own accord, given by who you're being, that you are or life is in any one moment? So that means that the internal chatter is not a reflection of truth about anything. It is simply given by who you're being in that moment. If, for example, you're being angry, then you will have spontaneously arising angry thoughts, for as long as that's who you're being. If you're being jealous, you will have spontaneously arising, they'll just come of their own accord. As long as you're there, being jealous, they'll just keep on flowing. If who you're being is hopeless, you will have spontaneously arising hopeless thoughts. If you persist in being hopeless, in being angry, in being jealous, whatever, then that beingness will give you how you then get yourself, will give you how you then get life. So it will kind of be, it will appear in your life. You will appear as that way, hopeless. And situations will kind of confirm that hopelessness. But you know what's amazing? Is that that isn't actually how it is. It's simply given by who you're being. Hard to understand that, especially when you're feeling really bad. But that nevertheless is the truth. Transform who you're being, and your thoughts will transform with that. Go for clarity. Recognize that there is the weather and there is the sky. When the sun is shining, the sky does not get hot. When it's raining, it doesn't get wet. When there's a very intense storm happening, the sky itself is untouched. When we're having suicidal thoughts, when we're very, very depressed, it's like incredibly bad weather. But it happens in a sky of awareness that never changes. Can you see that? Could seeing that transform everything? The story, the narrative, the characterization that you've made of yourself is not who you are. The story, the characterization you've made of your life is not how it is. It's one perspective. And be sure of this. Everything changes. So if there is anybody out there who at this moment is thinking of that, is thinking suicidal thoughts, just hang on. Take a breath. Put it all down. Put the story down, just for a moment. Put it down and feel the love for no reason other than you are alive. You've been given life. And its nature is love. Beyond this story, beyond your thoughts, there is something wonderful, and it will never leave you. I hope this helps. Talk to somebody.